Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Off-Farm Income Podcast. Hey, thank you so much for joining us here on episode number 1063 and for being with us here on our YouTube channel, everybody. Well, today we've got a great story of entrepreneurship, of determination, wow, and overcoming obstacles. I'm going to be speaking with Halle Miller. She's coming to us from Norwayne High School in Creston, Ohio. And she has been raising, breeding, and selling a very unique breed of dog for the last 4 years, Bordoodles, Border Collie Doodle combinations, Poodle combinations, and having a lot of success with it, selling all over the country and learning a ton about entrepreneurship and the responsibilities that go with this. It's really an interesting project. It's a very interesting breed of dog as well, and what a great communicator. She has excelled in communication throughout high school and in the FFA, and you'll be able to tell throughout the interview just how good she is at it, and obviously this is going to be taking her places. Very excited to have her on. We're going to get that started for you right now. Halle, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited for this opportunity.
Hey, my pleasure. I'm looking forward to speaking with you, speaking with a fellow professional here. I've been watching some of your videos on YouTube, and you're very, very good, not just audio-wise, but behind the camera as well.
Thank you. I've really appreciated all of my great experiences with Ohio AgNet and just learning so much about ag communications and everything in FFA. It's been a lot of fun.
That's great. Well, good. Well, we'll talk more about that here coming up in a minute. I would love to learn just a little bit about you. So you're obviously talking to us from home?
Yeah, I'm currently in Creston, Ohio, and I am a senior at Norwayne High School. So It's definitely been a challenging year to be a senior, but now that we're almost done, we can definitely look back with a lot of fond memories.
Okay. Now, is home on a farm? Is home in town? Tell me about home.
We have like 2 acres, nothing major, but we're surrounded by lots of farm fields, and we are breeding Bordoole puppies right now. So we are definitely very busy at my house.
I read that. Okay. And how long have you been part of the FFA now?
So I've been involved since I've been a freshman in high school, so 4 years, and it's been so much fun, and I've just learned so much and met so many really interesting people.
Awesome. Okay. So what brought you in? Why did you join the FFA in the first place?
I feel like as I transitioned from 4-H, it was really the natural fit from transitioning from 4-H and then FFA when you're in high school. And I've just really been involved with a lot of the ag youth organizations and learned so many neat things and had so many great opportunities. And I had an older sister that was also involved, so this helped lead that charge.
Gotcha. So it just kind of naturally flowed from 4-H, and you also had your older sister kind of paving the way or showing you the path, I should say.
And I'm so glad that I became a part, and I really had to step out of my comfort zone. I was originally, whenever I started 4-H and FFA, I was a shy little girl with a phobia of dogs. So I really transformed, and I'm like, as I look back, I'm like, wow. And it's all thanks to FFA and 4-H.
I will say, my goodness, you're 100% opposite of that now, obviously. Did the phobia of dogs, was that just something you always had?
I had a really bad experience at a babysitter's. And so since I was a young child, I had it. And then through lots of therapy, and now, like I mentioned, I raise Bordoole puppies. So it's just amazing to see, with lots of hard work and dedication, how far you can come.
Well, good. I'm glad you got past that, and now you get to enjoy dogs because they are very enjoyable pets, and they can be. Absolutely.
100%.
Man, that's great. Well, dogs are amazing things. I mean, the smallest dog, if they come barking at you and chasing your ankles, you want to run away. I don't know what the instinct is, but it's there.
Right. Absolutely. And I'm so blessed with the opportunity to really share the Bordoole breed. It's very unique. It's the Border Collie crossed with the Poodle. And I feel like I have buyers across the United States. So I really share this experience and forever friends with a lot of people. And it's such an awesome opportunity.
Yeah, that really is. That's great. And this is the first time I've actually heard of this breed. So I want to get into that here in a minute. So tell me about some of the other things you've been doing in the FFA. I'm alluding to the fact that I saw your videos and you being part of did you say Ohio AgNet? Is that right?
So I have been an Ohio AgNet student FFA reporter my sophomore and junior year. So
Okay.
this really gave me a lot of opportunities there. And then, of course, I became involved with this through all of the career development events that the FFA offers.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I would really encourage anyone that's like a freshman in high school to step out of their comfort zone and really take part in these. And some of the events that I've been a part of is public speaking. And I've actually won the advanced public speaking contest last
I
year
saw
at the
that.
state level. So that was really a great opportunity. And I came 1 point away from winning it again this year.
Okay.
Unfortunately, with National FFA convention being canceled
Mm-hmm.
last fall, did not have the opportunity to participate there. And I was really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, ag sales, meat judging, a wide array of different things.
Yeah, that is a bummer about National Convention. Had you been to the National Convention already?
I'd been there once, but I was just so excited for the
Yeah.
opportunity to actually compete. And so um, we'll see what happens. I am in the top 4 in the state now with my proficiency
Mm-hmm.
in small animal production and care. So maybe I'll have another opportunity there.
Awesome. Now, when you're competing in public speaking, is it prepared? Is it extemporaneous? Is it a combination of the two? How does that work?
So I started out with the creed, and I feel like every FFA member can really recite that even as they advance out of the program. And then for 3 years now, I've done advanced prepared public speaking. So I actually wrote a speech on succession planning.
Hmm.
And so this is a really neat problem or issue that I feel like is facing a lot of ag families.
Sure.
And so to educate others on the steps that they can do now to really prepare for continuing that farm or that ag business into the next generation is vital.
Yeah, it really is. And you make a great point. There's so many people that are aging out of farming that it's not that they want to retire. It's just so many people are reaching an age where it's just they can't keep up anymore and it needs to pass on to the next generation. What drew you into succession planning? That's an interesting thing.
Yeah, a lot of people are surprised that I have that topic just because it seems like more of a um, complex topic, but I actually worked at a law office
Mm-hmm.
where my mom works. So I was really dealing with this issue on a daily basis
Okay.
and seeing that the need for families to start communicating and having those discussions.
Okay. Oh, so you were exposed to it from the legal side, which it's complicated. I mean, we need an attorney to help us put all that together when it comes to succession planning, but good for you. I talk about this all the time. Matter of fact, my show is directed at helping people find a way to farm. People who either might be inheriting it or they're starting from scratch. And one of the things that can be done is if you can get matched up with a retiring farmer, you can do a succession plan that way, even though you're not in the family. And they can make it work for both parties, and that land can stay in production. And I'm always trying to figure out, we need more people that can help people assist with that. So it's great that you took an interest in that. Wonderful. How many FFA advisors do you have there at Norway?
I would like to give a shout out to my 2 FFA advisors, Miss Abby Noyes and Miss Katie Noyes, or wow, excuse me, Miss Abby Van Tyne and Miss Katie Noyes. Wow, that's a mouthful.
It is.
They've really helped me step out of my comfort zone and just really express all of the different areas of FFA. So a big thank you to them.
Awesome. Thank you so much for mentioning them. Let's talk about your supervised agricultural experience. So let's talk about this breed of dog and what you've been doing with it when it started. Just tell us the story.
So, as a freshman, like a lot of other FFA members, I was really researching what I could do. And I had so many different options, but I really saw a lot of opportunity in breeding dogs. And my family has had a fond appreciation and love for the Border Collie breed.
Mm-hmm.
I raise South Down sheep, and they just have great herding instincts. And it's been a breed that's been with my family for probably 30 years now. And as we looked at, I was originally thinking of breeding border collies. However, whenever you add that poodle in with everything, it feels like doodles are so popular in today. And so whenever you add to create that border collie poodle mix with the Bordoole, you actually have the world's smartest doodle. And a lot of people are really excited about this new breed and really interested in it.
Okay. So, it seems to me like these breeds develop because they take traits from one, traits from the other, put them together, and then all of a sudden you've got a dog that maybe provides you with something, or maybe doesn't have something like the shedding and things like that that you
Mhm.
previously would have had. What was it about combining a poodle and a border collie that is appealing to people?
Like you mentioned with that shedding, having a border collie growing up, we constantly had black hair everywhere.
Okay.
And so whenever you add that poodle in there, you have your um, low to hyperallergenic dog. And then also we've sold to a lot of people that have allergies. And so this is a great option for them in addressing those.
Okay, got it. Now, in terms of the intelligence and the performance of a border collie, do you still retain that in this breed?
Oh, absolutely. These puppies are sometimes a lot to keep up with, but it feels like their future owners really channel this in the right direction. For example, some of my dogs have been taught how to use the family's ice machine on their refrigerator,
Really?
or and constantly with like the dock diving. It feels like some of these dogs are in more extracurriculars than I am. So they really have to channel this in the right manner. But if you do, it's a really successful match.
That is really interesting. So you began this your freshman year. Okay.
Yes,
So you started your freshman year. Did you buy a Bordoodle from somebody, or did you breed a poodle and a border collie to start it yourself?
great question. So we have the F1 generation, which is that border collie
Hmm.
to the poodle. And so growing up, I had border collies. So I bred one of my border collie females originally to one of my cousin's poodles
Okay.
to get that border doodle. And now, as I've developed, I've really seen an immense growth. And it seems like with COVID, everyone wanted a dog.
Yeah.
And so we had an immense demand. And right now, we have a list of over 40 people. So it's really hard
Wow.
to keep up with that, but we've really managed it and just continued to develop and purchasing more females. And of course, with all the right genetics and all of that, it can be very complicated.
Yeah. Wow. That's really cool. So did you invent this? Did you invent this breed?
No, there's probably like three other breeders, so it's very, very rare,
Okay.
but there are other breeders that originally had them. One thing that we've found with being located in Ohio, we're one of the few border doodle breeders around here.
Hmm.
So that really gives us a niche market and
Sure.
really a great opportunity.
That is great. So starting out your freshman year, so was your SAE project your freshman year? Was it just basically breeding the dogs and having the first litter, or were you already selling dogs that freshman year?
Starting my freshman year, it was really a research year.
Okay.
And I'd never bred dogs of any form before.
Hmm.
So there was so much to learn. And I'm still constantly learning stuff every day, it feels like. And then I purchased my border collie female and I had my stud fee. And in November of 2018, I had my first litter.
Okay. Very interesting. And then how did you start marketing them when you had that first litter?
So my dad actually works for an online company, so he was really familiar with like building a website and having all of the SEO that's gone into that. And we've really developed and just transformed, honestly, as a business as we've continued to progress and as years have gone by. And it's just amazing to think that whenever we first started out, it was each individual puppy that we were selling. And now, today, where we can have a list of 40 depositors that are waiting for a puppy, it really shows the growth. And I'm so excited to see what the future holds.
Yeah, that is great. Now, do you have one female, or do you have more than one female now?
So currently, we have four females, and we'll have a
Oh,
fifth one on the way.
okay. And how many litters per year are they having?
Each female is only having one.
One. Okay.
With multiple females, we can space it out, which is nice to give females breaks.
That's incredible. That's a lot of dogs that you're selling.
We're definitely busy.
That is great. What a great business. How far have you sold? What's the furthest that a dog has traveled once you've sold it?
We have a lot in California. We honestly have all sides of the country. We have up to New Hampshire to California, Florida. Our goal would be to, I would love to get one in Alaska or Hawaii just to say that we did, but we'll
Okay.
see what the future
Oh,
is.
that's wonderful. So you're represented. I mean, the thing is, you're bringing joy and companionship to people all over the country. I
Mhm.
love the win-win aspect of your business. You've got a great business. It helps you with your supervised agricultural experience. You can apply for proficiency awards. You're making money. You're learning. You're having fun. All of that. But then on the flip side of that, you're bringing happiness to other people. It's really got to be a fun way to conduct a business.
And it's such a special feeling. I feel like a lot of the families we actually sell to, for example, we sell a lot of puppies to New York City. And so I feel like I can really be the face of agriculture and
Mm-hmm.
giving them those 8 weeks where the puppy is with me and all that goes into it, from the breeding to every single like early neurological stimulation and all the individual things, because they're somewhat unaware of all the hard work that farmers and ag business owners do.
Yeah, that is interesting. Nothing is ever as easy as it seems, as it
Mhm.
looks. And I'm sure you're in the way you do things, you make it look very, very easy. And people will sit here and go, look at what these puppies are selling for. Well, why don't we just buy, a dog and start doing it ourselves? And that's when you discover just how involved and complicated it is. So, when it comes to what you're doing, what's below the surface that people don't see?
That you bring up a very interesting point, and I feel like a lot of people say, "Oh, well, they're selling this dog for that much. They must be having pure profit." But a lot of people don't see the sleepless nights and the early mornings of picking up poop as all of these puppies. We have a litter of 10 and a litter of 6, so we're doing a lot of poop picking up, and just all of the hard work. And then also before the breeding, we've had a couple of missed litters, or one missed litter now.
Hmm.
But seeing all of the logistics that go into having a successful breeding, and it's not just some simple thing where they can hitch up and
Yeah.
there'll be puppies born. So just all of the hard work and processing, and a lot of the buyers don't understand that it's not a customization option where they can pick a merle female with blue eyes, to
Hmm.
understand like the genetics that go into producing that dog.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay, so you've learned all of this. You're wrapping up high school. You're wrapping up FFA here shortly. What's going to be next for you?
Well, FFA has blessed me with a lot of great opportunities, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds. I feel like I would definitely like to go into ag marketing or ag business, and just see where that career path takes me. And who knows?
Yeah, that is great. Well, certainly you've learned about marketing a ton
Mhm.
already, and I'm sure you've learned the very valuable lesson that it's not always the person who knows the product or the service best. It's not always the person with the best product with the best service, but marketing, I mean, people have to find out about you if they're going to be able to buy your product or buy your service, which you've obviously learned because you're having this great success with selling your dogs and teaching people about your dogs all around the country. So that would be great to have you in that field. And as you're considering marketing or ag business, are there any careers or anything like that that jump out to you right now, or do you want to loop back around and stay as an entrepreneur? What are your thoughts?
To be honest, I'm not exactly sure. I feel like ag sales that I've participated in all 4 years of high school have really
Hmm.
given me a great insight into what the career field is like. And so I am just so excited to see what the future holds, and to see where I end up. And
Okay.
I would definitely like to work for an ag business, or who knows, maybe own one day.
Awesome. So, will you continue your involvement with the FFA into college? Will you seek an American degree, continue applying for proficiencies, all of that?
So I've earned my state degree already. So I'm definitely on track to earn my American degree, and I'm really excited about that opportunity. And as I continue, I just am going to be a volunteer. I feel like I've had a lot of great mentors in my community that have really given me a lot. And so I want to be able to be this mentor for others.
Awesome. Well, so before we wrap it up, what is the name of your business, and how can people out there who are listening, if they're interested in viewing your dogs, maybe they're interested in owning one for themselves, how can they find out more?
Absolutely. So it's Borders of EB Eden. And you can find us on Facebook or Instagram, and then also our website, bordersofebeden.com.
Awesome. Okay. I want to make sure I've got it written down as Borders of Ely with an L. I think I've got it written down wrong. So can you help me clarify? It's EB?
Yeah, EBY.
EBY. Okay, I want to make sure I've got that right in the show notes for today so everybody can find it. Now, that's a very interesting name. Where does that name come from?
It's a great question. So we actually live on EB Road, and my dad created it a couple years ago, way back when. So I'm not exactly sure, but just really connecting that border collie and our home place.
Awesome. Well, Halle, this has been a lot of fun. I'm excited to see where this all takes you. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. I had a blast talking with you.
Well, thank you so much for being here, everybody. And thank you to Halle Miller for joining us on the Off-Farm Income Podcast today. Hey, we would love to have you click that subscribe button down below. We'd love to have you as a subscriber to the show. And we would love to connect with you on social media as well, everybody. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And hey, until next time, enjoy your journey to the ultimate lifestyle business, agriculture.